Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Hector with Winding Crowns, and today we'll be doing a head-to-head between the Casio G-Shock 5600E and the Timex Ironman. But first, wristwatch check. I'm wearing the Casio G-Shock GMW B5000. This watch usually comes on an all-steel case with a rubber strap and metal keeper and tang buckle. But this is modded with a camouflage or camo kit. And there it is, negative display. Really, really nice. Bluetooth, solar. It's got all the bells and whistles, multi-band 6. But first, let's roll the intro. Hello watch people, my name is Hector and welcome to Winding Crowns. And we're back, guys. So let's get on with it. Casio G-Shock 5600 and a Timex Ironman. I've got it written right here on the top. We got the Casio on the left and the Timex on the right. The watches are these right here. You got your 5600 right there, your basic square G-Shock. Oops, upside down. There we go. And then we have the Timex Ironman. These are the two head to head. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get started with it. We're gonna go with the size. And the 5600 is not a big watch. I guess if you compare it to a Rolex 36 or any 40 millimeter watch and below, it would be, but it's really not that big. It wears really, really great. And I've seen it on big wrists, guys with tree trunk 8-inch wrists, and I've seen it on guys with 6.5, 6.25, and it looks perfect. So I think it wears really, really well. This one is slightly bigger, but not much. Maybe because the buttons protrude a little bit, it gives it the illusion that it's bigger, but it's really not, because this curves, it doesn't bend like this one doesn't. You can't lay it flat. So they're gonna wear similar on the wrist, just one's more rounded, and the dial it plays like it's bigger. But they're both relatively good. But if you had to say one was slightly bigger, I'd say that the Timex Ironman is a hair bigger because of the case shape. So, but they're both very wearable. But the G-Shock, I give it the edge that it's just slightly smaller, which would maybe fit better on more wrists. But really, this is right behind it. I mean, they're similar. So, let's go ahead and give it to G-Shock, and I'll give the G-Shock a 10, and I'll give the Timex Ironman a 9. Then we're gonna go next with the crystal. This one here is like a mineral glass, whereas this is more of a plastic. Now, you can buff out a plastic and get minor scratches and scuffs off. You can't get deep scarring, but you can get minor hairlines off of it. I don't have any on there, and I abused the heck out of it, and I don't see anything on it. So it's pretty durable. Of course, mineral glass will be more. So I'll give it to the G-Shock on that front right there. So we're gonna give it an 8 on the Casio and a 7 on the Ironman, and I'll tell you why. I'm not giving the Casio G-Shock a 10 because I would give Sapphire Crystal a 10. Now you say, what would you give a 9? I would give maybe Hardlex Mineral Crystal, like on a Seiko, because it's not quite as strong as Sapphire, but it's pretty close because it's hard to scratch the Hardlex that Seiko use. I'd give the Hardlex a 9, so I'll give your standard mineral crystal an 8. And of course, I have to give it 1 point lower because it's plastic, although I don't have any scratches on it and it's pretty durable. The next we have on the list, what do we got here? We got looks. This is subjective, guys, because they're both good looking watches. I own both. I wear both. I can't go, oh, this one's really good looking and great, and this one is terrible. Why? To me, they're great both. Just two different looks, more rounded case, more squarish. Some of you might hate square watches, so you're gonna love this one and hate this one. Some of you will like this one and this one. Some will like both. A lot of you I know own both G-Shock and Ironman, so, but you have to give it to one or the other. Well, I give it to who? I give them both 10s, guys, because I own both, so hence I must like both. So that's where I'm going with that. You be the judge, make your own opinion on that. Let's see, what do we have next? We have durability. Durability, guys, they're both awesome. I wear both. I beat this one more, and it's still going. Takes a lick and keeps on ticking. Very, very true on the Ironman. But G-Shocks have been tried and true, tested, and military people use them. And the police force and military get them issued, and military Navy divers get G-Shocks issued. But then I see people, in the armed forces and everything else wearing Timex too. So they're both durable. So I like both. On that, I give them both, but what did I go with? I gave them both 10s, guys. For that reason. No one had to tell me which one was more durable. I wear both, so I know from wearing them. The next on the list is what? What did I put under here? Water resistant. Guys, I've not even got this one wet. This one I've gotten wet, crazy wet. And in steamy hot water, anything from showers to dishwater, everything. I mean, from the water hose outside, changing the ducts, water. I mean, and I know this is durable, but this does say 100-meter water resist. 100-meter water resist. This one says 200-meter water resist. See if you can see right there. 200-meter water resist. I don't know if that's coming through. This one's 100. This one is 100-meter water resist. So based on that, I give the Casio a 9, and I give the Ironman an 8. Although this has been really durable, but I'm going on what they say. They say it's 100 meters, so I got to take them at their word. And they say 200, and I take them at their word. But if this one's better than the other, why did it not get a 10? Why did it get a 9? Because it's 200-meter water resist, and I have watches that are 1,000-meter water resist. So if something is 1,000, I would be inclined to give that a 10. I know that there's like the Seawolf, Breitling Seawolf, and Super Oceans and all that get way deeper, and I know this Sea Dweller and Deep Sea Rolex, and yes, I know. That's just absurd, crazy, ridiculous. No one's going that deep unless you're inside of a bell or a submarine. So let's calm down, folks. Let's calm down for a minute. But if we're going to go with your average water resistance on most watches, most of them are, 1,000. It's going to be the 1,000 feet, 300 meter, 1,000 feet. This is a 200 meter, you know. So the 200 meter is 660 feet. That's good, but it's not 1,000, so we give it a 9. The other one's 100. That's 330 feet, so we'll give it an 8. Okay. What's the next one, fellas? Comfort. Comfort. They're both really comfortable. Let me tell you this. When I put them on, I forget I'm wearing this, and I forget I'm wearing this. I forget I'm wearing both. So, I mean, if you can wear a watch and forget it's on, it's the same thing with this Timex Ironman. Man, it's a no-brainer, guys. So, what did I go with on here? I gave them both a 10, guys. I gave them both a 10. And then the next thing I went with is your backlight. What about your backlight, guys? What's the deal with the backlight? This one is here. And it's really, really good. Let me see if I can go ahead and get some lights killed just for a minute to show you the backlight. Backlight. Bam. Bright. It's bright, guys. It's bright. No complaints. You hit it at night, you see it. You see it great. No complaints whatsoever. The Timex, nice too. Both great. Let's do them together. I don't know how they're going to show on camera, guys. Let's see. It looks like the G-Shock is brighter, but in the nighttime, guys, the numbers on the inner glow are bigger, and the screen, the dial, whatever you want to call it, is bigger. Numbers are bigger. So at night, visibility, when you're wearing them at night, I go with the Timex. The inner glow is crazy on them. Although the G-Shock is no slouch, man. That's bright. Especially if all the lights were off in here right now, it would be super bright. But man, that inner glow says it. They put inner glow. It's, my opinion, it's slightly better on between these two G-Shocks. I've had G-Shocks that have crazier lume, but between these two, so I give it a what? I give the Casio a 9, and I give the Ironman a 10. You could say, I've had watches much brighter. I have Zellos, and well, I'm not comparing it to a Zellos. We all know Zellos lume is ridiculous. I'm comparing backlights, and I'm comparing it to these two. So between these two, the 10 to the Ironman and the 5600 G-Shock gets a 9. Let's see what's next, guys. What's the grand total? What do they total at? We're gonna go ahead and give, let's see. Let me get this where you can see it, guys. We're gonna give a 66 to the G-Shock and a 64 to the Ironman. So guys, if you enjoy this type of content, guys, and you like what you see and you want to see more of it, then please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up and a like. Tell your friends, guys, please subscribe. And more content to come, guys. So please join me on the next one. I'll make another one soon, guys, and we'll see each other again. And until next time, and remember, never stop winding crap.